The animation style of Avatar the Last Airbender is clearly influenced by Japanese anime, but Japan is not the only culture that influenced the show. Bryan, Konietzko, and Michael Dimartino implement various South Asian and indigenous cultures. Each nation represents a particular Asian culture. The Earth Kingdom being China, water tribes are Inuit, air nomads are Tibetan Buddhist, and the Fire Nation is Japan. By examining each of the four nations, we can discover how they represent different cultures. The first nation introduced is the Southern Water Tribe. Like Inuit cultures, they survive by fishing and they live in igloos. The Water Tribe wear anoraks and mokluks made of animal skin. The Water Tribe is the most obvious in culture similarities out of the four nations. The second nation, Fire, has more subtle similarities to the culture it represents, which is Japan. We know from the history of World War II that the Japanese military held racial prejudices and were often arrogant. This is shown in the Fire Nation Army throughout the series. In the Fire Nation schools, information about past wars are censored, just like after World War II in Japan.
Kuzan?
Is that a trick question? The air nomads didn't have a formal military. Sozin defeated them by ambush.
Well, I don't know how you could possibly know more than our national history book.
Also, like Japan's emperor, the Fire Lord is worshipped like a god. The third nation, Earth, is also more subtle and diplomatic in its resemblance to Chinese culture. The government of Ba Sing Se is comparable to the Chinese government of the Ming Dynasty, and the king, Kui, resembles the last emperor of China. Both rulers were used as puppets and had no real power. The fourth nation are the air nomads. This is a society of monks that are clearly representative of Tibet. Buddhism teaches that all life is sacred, which is also preached by the air nomads, who are vegetarian.
But you see, Tibetans believe all living creatures were their mothers in a past life. So we must show them respect and repay their kindness. And never harm anything that lives.
The avatar is found through a series of tests that involve a child picking out toys from a past life. This is identical to the methods used by the monks of Lhasa in Tibet when searching for the next Dalai Lama. Aang has many similarities to the 14th Dalai Lama. Both were meant to be spiritual leaders of their people, and both fled and were forced to live separated from their home. In Season 3, Aang's clothing closely resembles the Dalai Lama's. Traditionally, the right arm of the Dalai Lama is uncovered, as is Aang's in the third season. This is just a small example of the complex cultural background in Avatar the Last Airbender.